We've been building an archive of videos and photos and visual content that documents international crimes and human rights violations in Syria since 2014, with the goal of using these archive materials to support and work on litigation cases against war criminals in the Syrian conflict since 2011. We've been also using this archive to publish investigative journalism articles about what's happening, and also to support any advocacy campaigns related issues such as the targeting of medical facilities, such as the use of chemical weapons and cluster munitions, and so on. And right now, with the Syrian Archive, we have accumulated over 7 million records of information since 2011, which is a huge amount of information that we hope it can be used for the transitional justice of the country, that we would like to make sure that it starts with justice processes and using these materials to feed into legal cases, to feed into investigations about the perpetrators and the incidents that was affected the civilians in the country in the last 13 years. We have been working on accountability efforts since 2014, and one of the recent efforts related to that was the issue of the arrest warrant against the Syrian President Bashar Al-Assad for the use of chemical weapons in eastern Ghouta, in the countryside of Damascus. The Syrian Archive, including partners such as SCM and OSGI and civil rights defenders, we've all submitted information to the French authorities about this investigation. So we have a very good experience into how to prepare information to be used for legal cases, using universal jurisdictions and using national prosecutional authorities, as we have been doing in many different European countries. We would like to see institutions that are working on accountability outside of Syria to work on the Syria situation inside of Syria. This is very important for us. So there are mechanisms such as the International Impartial Mechanism for Syria, which is established by the United Nations, and they have been doing work on accountability, preparing cases for years. And we hope that these mechanisms continue their work inside Syria, especially right now that there is access, and also if there is a possibility for the International Criminal Court to be involved in the Syria situation. For us also, this is really important because there has been so many cases of international crimes and human rights violations that they need to be investigated. At the same time, I know that there are many Syrian civil society organizations that right now outside in different countries who have been involved in this work, who have been advocating for this accountability work. And many of them right now are preparing to transform their efforts and move it inside Syria and use what they have learned in the last years doing this accountability work for their country inside Syria at the moment, because finally we have access and we are able to go there without being arrested and without being afraid. We are monitoring the situation. We are worried and we hope the best for our country. I don't know, to be honest with you right now, what's going to happen. And I don't have 100% trust in anyone at the moment. But I think this will unveil in the coming future. and we will be able to see what's going to happen and react based on that. And I can tell you that here we are watching the situation very closely. We are looking forward to move into Syria and to be able to do this work directly with people. The role of civil society organization is really critical in these moments to monitor the situation and make sure that it provides recommendations to whoever is going to be leading this transitional process moving forward. We have created our methods of how to do documentation of human rights violations and international crimes using the open source investigation methodology and publicly available information that is published on our website for years. And right now we are going to republish that and make sure that it's reachable for any organization or institution that is planning to do this work. I also know that other civil society organizations and UN institutions are doing the same thing to make sure that we are sharing the best practices and best advice to ensure that we preserve the evidence and preserve any type of documentation that we have access to. Right now, we are mostly in touch with Syrian civil society organizations, either outside or the ones that are making it inside right now to Syria at the moment. This work has been done for a very long time, and we've been doing it with many partners, Syrian partners. This is our network, and we would like to make sure that we build on this network inside Syria at the moment. We don't have any direct connection to politicians or the leaders that are going to be part of the transitional government, but this is our next step, is to make sure that we coordinate internally as civil society organizations and that we reach out with a very clear recommendations, best practices, and with our documentation that we have collected over the years. We believe that serious crimes that happen against the Syrian people, the Syrian civilians, needs to be prosecuted. We believe that there are certain perpetrators that needs to be accountable for what they have done. And we believe that this is the foundation for any sustainable peace and transitional justice in the future. We have been working over the years to document these incidents and these crimes. We have been working over the years to collect profile information of these perpetrators.